Who plays the music though? Because I don't think you have enough people to play enough instruments.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
Giamacca, village chief, played by Vilmon.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy
Hello.
could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
I like the fountain. Oh, that's adorable. It's just like bits of fabric.
Leave this place.
It looks really good,
a little
actually.
Oceanid, and never, ever look back.
It's not a full house. Sorry, there are some empty chairs. I still don't get over how few chairs are in this bloody theatre. It's just weird. Hello?
Everyone's really
Cleo?
throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
May I point out she would already have been on the stage at this point in the story. So you're going to be recasting the actress mid-story? That makes no sense.
Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
I told you about new medication, but you didn't listen to me, Dolphy.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
Bro, chronic illness. The whole definition of the words, term, is that it can't be cured. All medication related to a chronic illness is about managing and mitigating, not about curing.
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
Jesus, she's so toxic to herself.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
Right, hypocrite.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Farina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale.
Yeah, we're at the end. That's what I thought. Why would you take her back to her place to rest? She can rest there just fine. Isn't the point of everybody being together for the final performance?
From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
I actually feel sorry for Farina in this particular instance. Exactly as she's talking about here, she's made it very clear that she has a hard boundary. Her hard boundary is that she doesn't want to act. And I fully appreciate that after all she's gone through for these several hundred years. And now through circumstance, she's being forced, essentially forced, because there's no other recourse here. We all know it, she knows it. She's being forced to cross her own boundary and do the one thing she doesn't want to do. And it's not like I don't want to eat chocolate today. I guess I'll eat something else. I'll be a good girl. This is a hard boundary that she has set in her life for very important reasons. And now the situation and circumstances are forcing her to cross the boundary. And I feel so sorry for Farina. Yes, it's character building. Yes, it's character development. But that doesn't mean that people should be able to cross that boundary when they're not ready for it.
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
The problem is that you don't understand the magnitude of what's happening right now, Delphi, because you don't know the whole story.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep.
I mean, we always knew this was a possibility, so yeah.
No one likes regrets. Myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director.
Is no one going to notice when the main actress changes eye color and height and voice?
What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
Her martyrdom.
It's her pure heart.
I mean, close enough, right?
Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure,
Okay, we're
she
different.
never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Is the villain just doing like a big, massive soliloquy on stage? What's happening at the moment? Is it intermission? This is taking a long time to rectify. Plus, she still has to get changed. Please tell me she's getting changed. Is she just going on as herself? Because that's massively character and immersion breaking. Oh, she absolutely is. That makes absolutely no sense. And the audience doesn't question the sudden change in actress. It makes no sense. She should have at least put her outfit and her wig on.
Is she here yet? Must she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
I like this cinematic. This is awesome.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Right, why are the Traveler and Paimon on the stage?
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
I mean, she totally looks like her.
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Yes, can we continue?
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
Yeah, I really think you ought to give an explanation to the audience. That makes no sense.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
It's not like you're distinguishable or anything.
It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything.
Why do we have to get her stream of consciousness in this? She could easily just have had this conversation with the traveler and, provided the same information.
It felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Farina after all.
She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
I'm not gonna lie. One, I do think it should have been obvious that it's her and people aren't stupid, but yes, he 100% should have asked her if she was okay with having her. God, the word I'm looking for, identity revealed. I mean, yeah, it's obvious, but at the same time, he should have asked for permission before he just did it, because it has more far-reaching effects for her than it does for him.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision.
Clearly wasn't a group decision.
We just
She wasn't
didn't want your
included.
contributions to go unacknowledged.
But true. I
After
understand
all,
the reason you did it.
It's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Then why does nobody appreciate Farina's dedication? Why does she not get recognition?
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh my god, Paimon. When are you going to understand that nobody in this world is as shallow as you? People have more depth than a spoon, unlike you. Poor Farina. At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later. Oh my god, no. Does anybody care about her emotional well-being other than me?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Speaking of it, where is it? Oh, it's on the waist.
That. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
What? Hold up. I've really just thought about this. Because we still don't know whether the Archons directly give visions or whether it's just a person representing their ideals and the vision manifests in such a manner. But with the Hydro Archon gone, the throne destroyed, wouldn't there be an inability for any new Hydro visions to be created? I mean, I don't understand the connection between it all, but logic would suggest that there would be no visions given out ever again. So how the hell did she get a vision? That seems highly unlikely. But yay for her.
I'll
She
bet
finally
the
got it.
audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went.
I don't understand why they left. They should have just stayed in the wings. There was no reason for them to leave.
If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
I don't know where she lives. Return to see Dolphy and Lo. Are we just going to her home? Not her home. The theater. I knew what I meant. They have a bed in the theater room?
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication.
You what?
From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
This woman has been taking increasing doses of a new medicine. She has so much of this drug in her body, and you thought it would be safe for her to take her original meds, which for the record she should not have had on hand. They should have been disposed of when she changed medication. But you thought it was okay to just mix meds? Did anybody think to consult a doctor on this? That's not how medicine works. She could be dead within the day. Her liver could shut down, destroyed her kidneys. Oh my god.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Farina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
Charlotte wasn't there.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
At least the part you failed is where Farina was able to appear as the Oceanid version of Cleo.
Oh, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to.
Listening to Patron.
You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little
that's
Oceanid
smart.
to the
That's
bigger
a
theater
great way to
troupes
get
out there.
money.
That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
And he just
Don't
leaves?
just walk off!
Jesus, you people are all emotionally broken.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh,
Sad
so
but true.
now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined.
Which is fine, but I think the choice needed to have been yours when you were ready to make the decision, not having had it thrust upon you when you weren't ready for it. That I don't think is right.
Maybe Nervillette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me.
Well, it is a role that you can resonate strongly with, so yes, I do think so.
I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
There's no need to draw lines in the sand, just do whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people, and how they touch the lives of others around. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
She actually wasn't running this time. Although she has categorized it as running, she wasn't. She is hurt. And she's finally free from the suffering she's been at. She has a lot of emotions to process, Paimon. It is not up to you or anyone else to tell her that she's running away and when she should return to the world. When she is just trying to lick her wounds and heal. I don't appreciate the way they're framing this at all. Next time I invite you to join me.
Then it's a deal.
I know that sometimes people need a push to deal with their emotions or to get back out there, but I do not think that enough time had passed for Farina to really grasp her own emotions, for a push to have been warranted at this point in time. I really think that she should have dealt with it on her own and had the choice to deal with it on her own.
If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
The little Oceanid quest completed. Did she always have the vision on her hip? I don't remember. Lol, there's two of us now. I swear she always had the vision on her hip, but maybe I'm misremembering.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
About visions? Yeah, more or less, I guess. Actually, I don't really care about what anyone else has to say. Okay, I actually really like this story. I mean, I may be biased because, you know, I like The Little Mermaid and I like musicals. So there could be an underlying bias to my opinion there. But I feel like this story quest, did what story quests are supposed to do. It focused on the main character, Farina. It gave us character development to this character during the story. It delved into her emotions and whatnot, and it progressed her story arc, her character arc, which is what all story quests should do. So I like very much that it did what it was supposed to do, and it did it well. I still disagree with some of the framing. As I mentioned, I don't think she should have been forced to have crossed her own boundaries. I don't know that she'd been forced to return to the spotlight, so to speak. It all should have been a choice that she made when she was ready to heal. So I kind of feel like it was a bit early for her to have recovered. So I don't like the framing of it really that much, but I still like that we had development to our character. It was really good. The only dull point I felt was when we were talking about the backstories of two of the characters down in Poisson. I was getting, as Farina says, boring, a little bored during that. I felt that was unnecessary. I mean, I get that we're trying to build up how great Aurelie is, but I was super bored during that part. But other than that, that was the only down part I really saw throughout the story. The rest of it was, yeah, it was fine. I don't have any further complaints on the matter of entertainment in regards to the quest line. So I think it checks most boxes for me in that it's the better one. Did it tell more lore of Teyvat? Did it, you know, go into the depths of the story? No. But I think it did, as I said, what it's supposed to do, in that it furthered Farina's character. And that's all I really want from these story quests. So I think it succeeded massively in what it's supposed to do. So I'm quite happy on that front. As for the musical itself, because I haven't actually said anything about that, I really liked that cinematic. They need to have far more cinematics of that caliber. That was really beautiful, the way it was written and stylized. It was incredible. As you all know, the song was amazing. I wasn't expecting it to be in French, but there you go. It was well written, well sung, and it was very emotional with the cinematic. It was very emotional. I cried anything though, so to be expected, but I really got choked up. Mainly because, obviously, the parallels between Farina and Cleo, being able to see the similarities between their stories, and remember that Farina can never get recognition for what she's done for the people of Fontaine, and she will always be reviled by many people for her actions because they don't know the truth. And that was the same with Cleo. And it was just a reminder of how sad Farina's situation is, that no one can truly know what she went through and why she did what she did, and truly know her as a person, because they can't. The whole point is that she went through this because nobody can know. And it's tragic, and it just all came together and it made me feel really
Boring.
Excuse me, I'm expressing sympathy and pity for you, and you say it's boring. That is so rude. So I really liked the way that was written. I think it, unlike Risley's, where it was meant to mimic his past and, blah, 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 I thought they did a really poor job of it on his part. I think they did a good job here with Farina. So I'm very pleased with the story quest. Definitely think it's one of my favorite for how well it did in character development. Yay! We do have another story quest to do. Am I going to be doing it in the near future? Hell no. I'm done with story quests. I've done 4 in a row. I'm exhausted. Next time I play, which is probably going to be tomorrow, because it's the last day I can play, because the quest is about to end, I will be getting onto this Roses and Muskets event. And then I'm going to have to get on this before this ends. It sucks that there's so much to do when I don't feel like playing Genshin at all. But there you have it. So yeah, we'll get onto the event next time. I mean, for all I know, that's part of this episode. I don't know how I'm going to cut the episodes up, but yeah.